Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in to today's sport video. We're going to have a look at whether the next week 10 days for today's sport video date will take us to the 14th of March, and we'll be able to extend out beyond that with the excellent GFS and ECM ensembles. Maybe run throughout a couple of weeks. We'll have a look at the CFS V2 at the end of the video for the next 4 weeks, and that will get us well into the latter stages of March. I shall get on with that for you in a moment. Just say that the first video today was 6 a.m. upload. We've also released the weekend forecast. Very, very interesting weather for the weekend this week. Check that one out. One of the more interesting ones we've done for a little while. And also we've released the EC42 day forecast for UK and Ireland as well. Please check out those two videos if you'd like to do that. Like, share and subscribe on the vid. Thank you so very much everybody for doing that. Did a live stream last night. Epic live stream. Thank you so much everybody. We had like 180 concurrent viewers on at gone 11 o'clock at night. I don't think that's too bad going for late on a Friday night. Thank you so very much everybody for last night's epic live stream. I had quite a few laughs. I was a little bit giddy, I think. And we put on 8 subscribers through channel membership gifts from very kind and generous people. So hello and welcome to all of our new channel members. You do have 1 month's GavsWeatherVids channel membership for free, courtesy of those very, very generous people who gifted those memberships on last night's live stream. Absolutely incredible. Thank you so very much, everybody. We're 15.6k subscribers now. So we're pushing on to 15.7k as well. So if you could give us a sub. And we thank you so very much, everybody, for doing that. Right, let's start your 10 to 14 day event and have a look. So we're going to begin. I thought I'd begin the strategy today just to say that the solar wind continues to be in reverse at both 13 and 10 HPA. This is how the ECM WF5 at the University of Berlin was forecasting with solar wind for today last night, based on last night's ECM run today at minus 1.7 ms there. And if we go to 10 HPA, also in reverse with solar wind there as well at minus 4.9. So the reversal of solar winds at 10 and 30 HPA continues. The SSW, goes on. And we are now, of course, shifting more and more, looking for a tropospheric response away from the stratosphere itself. Surging temperature continuing to drop, so quite a chilly start to March now, standing at 5 degrees, 5.0, which is over half a degree below average. That is provisional to yesterday, to the 3rd of March. And the really cold weather hasn't even started yet. If we have a quick look at the CT through the ages for March, so this is the CT page back to 1659 from the UK Met Office. Surging temperature, of course, the longest and most reliable temperature record anywhere on Earth. Going all the way back to 1659. Over the third back you go, the more unreliable it gets. But then you say it's still a snapshot of what conditions would have been like back then. Right, let's go through the centuries of the decades and whatnot, and we come down to 2022-23. So just to confirm, December was a cold and average December at 3.4. January was mild average at 5.2. And February was very mild at 6.5, meaning that winter overall comes out a little bit mild average, with December being offset by January and especially by February. March will be placed just there, of course. So let's have a look at some March data. Last year had a very mild March at 8 degrees. Before that, in 2021, relatively mild at 7.3. 2020 was a little bit cooler at 6.8, probably close to average there. 2018, quite a cold March, 5 degrees. That's starting with the beast from the east, of course, and have the mini beast a little bit later on in the month. We had an extraordinarily cold March in 2013 at 2.8, one of the coldest on record. And, it's wintry and snow covered through most of the month, especially late on in the month. That was quite amazing. Another pretty cold March in 1996 there at 4.5. That had regular east winds coming and going, but a very mild March the year after in 1997 at 8.3. 2003 also had quite a mild March at 7.5, following 2002, which was very mild at 7.4. 0.6, and 1999, 2000, both years very mild, and 1998 as well. We had a run of very mild Marches through the late 90s and into the 2000s. I think March has become a little bit more variable over the last few years. If we go back to the warmest March on record, we can see that was actually in 1957. So one of the older temperature records actually for CET now. 1957 at 9.2 is the warmest March on record. 1962, an exceptionally cold March at 2.8, joint coldest with, 2013 for the 20th century. But 2013 figure has been revised a little bit, I think. There was, at the time, 2013 was the coldest since the 1880s, actually. We can go back to that. So go back to 1883. There we see it. March 1883 came in at 1.9. And for a while, I think 2013 was the coldest March since 1883, but now it's joint with 1962. But in any case, exceptionally cold March in 2013. But it shows how cold March can get from 1883 at 1.9. That'll be, impressively cold month, even for like midwinter month, January, or whatnot these days. That's not the coldest March on record. The coldest March on record within the entire CET index is actually very much towards the start of it. I go all the way back to the 1600s. There it is, 1674 is the coldest March on the entire CET record at 1 degree. Imagine how cold that must have been, virtually an ice month for March. So, it's interesting, isn't it, what March can do. It can be a really mild month, like 7, 9 degrees. It can be a cold winter month, as we see there from 1674, but more recently, 2013 and 1962. So there we go. We should wait and see where March 2023 comes out. Let me know in the comments, everybody, what you think, what number you think will be placing just here. When it's time to do so, what UK Met, what UK will be placing there. Let me know what you think in the comments, everyone. Right, okay, let's have a look at the GFS upper air temperature and precipitation ensembles. So we're looking at Warrington today. This is another suggested location for this part of the video. The red line is a 30-year upper air temperature average for Warrington. We're still ever so slightly above average with the upper air temperatures at the moment, but it's quite cold on the surface. But the next week is going to be pretty cold. You see the upper air temperatures going below average then. We get in toward the middle part of March, this period just here. There is a lot of scatter then as well. So several of these ensembles actually keep the cold going as we run on through the second week and up to the middle part of March. The GFS control run, this blue line here is doing that, for example. The majority of the ensemble members are turning things less cold or milder around the middle part of March, but it's by no means certain that it is actually going to turn milder for all that long. So we've got to wait and see, I think, where that's going. Precipitation-wise, going to be a lot of dry weather for the rest of this weekend, but into next week it does turn more unsettled, and of course, as it turns more unsettled and it's going to be quite cold, there is a risk of some snow. Have a look at snow road. You can see there are some pretty impressive snow spikes there for Warrington next week. So yes, it does look as though Warrington could well be in for some really quite significant snowfalls through next week, and possibly lasting up towards the middle part of March as well. Beyond that, the snow spikes disappearing into the second half of the month, implying it's either getting milder or just becoming drier. Temperature anomalies from the 4th to the 12th of March, coming out colder than average for the UK and for most of Northern Europe as well. Precipitation anomalies from the 4th to 12th of March is a big change. Above average precipitation, especially so for England and Wales, less so for Scotland, where it's still a little bit on the dry side. That is a big change what we've seen from these anomaly charts over the past few weeks. So certainly becoming much more unsettled next week. Latest wind map from earthnorthschool.net shows that high pressure still in control of weather, still sitting just to west of UK and Ireland. That high pressure is going to go, and he's going to carry on going into retrograde, going to retrogress to Greenland and pull down cold winds from the north. They are already digging in, those northern winds already digging in over northern Europe across Scandinavia. Right, let's go through chart data. Let's how late as you commit your run. It's looking for midnight on Tuesday. Low pressure will be away to our east, combined with a blocking area of high pressure in the Greenland and Iceland region. That's going to pull winds into cold northerly. Low pressure tries to get into that cold air on Wednesday. That could bring some snow for south and then go through the second half next week. Another low coming off Atlantic, coming into cold air again, struggling. That might bring some snow a little bit further northwards, perhaps around 30 Friday, maybe parts of Midlands, and then that low zips through into towards Denmark by midnight on Saturday and just returns us back into cold northerly once again. So cold air digging back in from the north through the weekend, next weekend of the UK Metro. Icon, again, putting down those cold north or northeast winds on Tuesday. Wednesday, low pressure trying to get in from off Atlantic, might bring a little snow into the south, through into the second half of next week. Stays cold, quite wintry as well. Then low pressure coming in through next weekend. Exact track of that's going to be important as where the rain snow divide. It probably brings milder air and rain into south. Could be some snow though on the northern side of that low pressure further northwards. The GFS midnight run, again, the big blocking area of high pressure around Greenland and Iceland, combined with low pressure around Denmark, we're pulling down this cold north or northeast wind through the early part of next week. Low pressure trying desperately to get in from the Atlantic to bring milder air in, but struggling against this block of cold air and high pressure. So, risk of snow for parts of England and Wales for the second half of next week. And then this low a little bit further northwards takes the snow risk back more towards the northern half of the country into next weekend, more in way of rain for a while anyway down the south. But as that low pressure clears away through next weekend, it's midnight Sunday, we get wind back into a cold northerly once again. More low pressure trying to come in from the Atlantic around day 10. That might bring a little bit more snow into the south. And we carry on with the cold weather even beyond day 10 on the GFS midnight run. Eventually we start turning a lot milder. Don't get to it. So range, this is 17th March. St. Patrick's Day bringing up a much milder southerly flow then. And going more anti-cyclonic, so turning drier and milder through the third week of March with the GFS midnight run. This is a precipitation forecast based on that GFS run from the Weather Outlook. No wintry showers setting in over the course of tomorrow, and especially on Monday as we bring cold front southwards across the country. That actually turns wintry through Wales and the Midlands, but other models aren't really showing that from Monday and Tuesday. And then we've got snow showers following along behind. Plenty of wintry weather around through the course of Tuesday. Then low pressure tries to get in from Atlantic on Wednesday. That brings some snow into southern regions through the course of Wednesday. Quite significant and maybe disruptive snow in the south on Wednesday. Turns back more towards rain in the far southwest. So that gets up towards Wales and the Midlands as well. Another low, bringing perhaps heavy rain on the south coast through into Thursday. Again, that turns increasingly to snow though through Wales and the Midlands. What's very good for GavsWeatherVids towers. This, I have to say, maybe. I'm going to be slowed in. Slowed in the towers, I don't know. Though Thursday, very snowy through Wales and the Midlands on that GFS road. It is more towards rain down in the extreme south of the M4, and plenty of snow showers in across Scotland there. Without really significant snow there through parts of East Anglia and the East Midlands on Thursday. Goodness gracious me. Right through to Friday, the next low's coming in. That brings more heavy snow. This one's a little bit further northwards though, so Wales, Midlands, Northern England and Northern Ireland, much more towards rain, very heavy rain at that, across England and Wales as well. Really heavy snow for Northern England, Northern Ireland with that one, and into southern parts of Scotland. Entertaining means, aren't they? Now, as that gets out of the way, we bring the wind back into the north again. The cold air returns southwards through next weekend, and in comes those snow showers once again. Another system trying to get in there around the 13th of March. That brings more snow into Island Wales and southwestern parts of England. More snow showers further north and east. Not really worth going any further than that. We've got today 10 there. Very entertaining GFS midnight run. This is our GFS 6Z is looking. Again, we've got those winds in from very cold north-northeast direction on Tuesday. And it stays cold and wintry throughout most of the coming week. By the time you get through next weekend, the next road is sifting through a little bit further north. That's got a mild sector for the south. That's more sort of snow across the northern areas. But cold air never far away, you know, even out into extended with the GFS 6 there. We've still got high pressure sitting to our north, but still bringing in the wind more or less from an easterly type direction. So continues to have a wintry flavour to it, but GFS 6Z even into the second half of March with high pressure away to our west and bringing the wind from the east. This is a precipitation type forecast based on that GFS 6Z run. And again, you can see that it really is tomorrow, but into Monday, you're going to start bringing the snow showers into the north. Then we have that cold front coming southwards from Monday into Tuesday. May bring a little bit of snow down south if it gets held up as an undercut of the cold air. Wednesday, further south with the risk of the snow, so more in towards the Channel northern parts of France there. Thursday, though, starts to bring some snow into more southwestern parts of the country. Some snow there through the south on Thursday, much less so through Wales and Midlands, eastern England and whatnot. And then Friday comes this heavy snow from the Atlantic, followed by heavy rain into the south and the southwest. Look at all that snow through central, northern and eastern areas overnight Friday. Instead, you've got to trend this out a little bit further southwards, and that snow risk will come southwards with it. And then into next weekend, the cold air starts coming back, so the shower turning more and more wintry again. Into towards the 14th, day 10 now, you know, there's more rain, sleet and snow around the country. The devil is in the detail a bit. The battle lines are drawn. Where the battle is taking place, that's where the rain snow divide is going to be. The devil really is in the detail. It's very, very complex, complicated pattern, but there is going to be significant snow around in the coming week, and we shall keep you updated via Snow Watch. This is GM, run GM. Right, okay, so if you enjoyed the video, please like, share, subscribe. Thanks so very much, everybody. Do that. We're on our way to 15.7k. Got to put around 80 subscribers to get to 15.7k. So if you could give us a sub, that'd be absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much for doing that. GM, again with wind in from the north and northeast on Tuesday. Not bitterly cold day. Tuesday, low pressure struggling to get in against that cold air. Wednesday to Thursday could bring some snow into southern areas. Friday, we've got this area of low pressure. Central part of the country, rain likely further south, snow to the north and the east of that area. The low pressure back into the cold air again. So that low pressure clears through on Saturday. Another low zips through the country, you know, over the weekend. That's moving back into the north again by the Monday the 13th and Tuesday 14th daytime. Looking cold at that ridge of high pressure ECM. Again with wind in from the north and from the northeast as we go through the middle part of the week. And then low pressure coming against that cold air through Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, bringing snow risk to southern parts of the country. Devils in the detail with all of this, but generally outlook is cold and wintry into next weekend for much of the time. That's how I look at day 10. This is a precipitation type forecast based on the ECM run from Tometeo.com. Again, you can see we've got the cold front coming southwards on Monday, introducing snow showers into northern and central and east areas. A bit of snow there, snow across southern counties. On Wednesday, south of the M4, there is snow taking place there. That clears away for a while. And then more rain and snow coming off the Atlantic from further north, which is Thursday. Bringing snow through Island Wales and the Midlands, a little bit further northwards with that snow there. It turns more towards rain down in the far south and southwest. That looks significant for me in the towers. Goodness gracious me. On Thursday, I could be snowed in, maybe. More heavy rain in the south Friday. risk of snow through parts of northern England then, maybe. And then snow coming further southwards as we get into next weekend with that area of precipitation. Snow then through like Ireland, Wales, Midlands, Northern England there, as we move up towards day 10. Back to heavy rain, so rain, snow coming and going, back to heavy rain in the south on the 13th, that's Monday the 13th, snow further northwards, and back into cold weather again by the time we get through to the 14th day 10. This is the option on the table within the ECM ensembles today. For day 10, from the St. Met Office, this is the 14th of March. 51 out of 51 members of the ECM ensembles of low pressure over and to the east of the country, combined with ridge of high pressure in the Atlantic. Mid-Atlantic ridge going towards blocking type feature. So trying to turn milder in the south, but colder air probably still maintained into northern areas again. Where that divide is will be all important as to who gets rain, who gets snow. And then in 2 weeks' time, these are the options that we've got. This gets to the 19th of March, 22 members of the ECM ensembles reinforcing blocking around Greenland with low pressure over France with content that gets wind back into a cold northeasterly again probably. 18 with low pressure in off the Atlantic, and then so that's going to be bringing wind off the Atlantic, that's a little bit milder. And then 11 with high pressure over Scandinavia, threatening to bring in an easterly wind, which could be quite cold, especially if large portions of the continent are snow covered, of course. Right, surface feature finally, it's a 500 millibar high times break down into week periods. The first week period will take us from the 4th to the 10th of March. The coming week has a big blocking area, high pressure around Greenland with low pressure over to the east of the coast to bring down a cold northerly northeast wind, cold and wintry in the week ahead. Through to week 2, which is going to be the 11th to 17th of March, low pressure over Scandinavia, high pressure water towards the Canadian side of Greenland allows the wind to start coming in more from the Atlantic, but still quite cold, I think, with that. Still bringing the wind from off Greenland at the very least. And then week 3 is going to be the 18th to 24th of March, low pressure around somewhere to west of Scotland, wind coming in off the Atlantic. That's going to be showery, probably milder. And then week 4 keeps that going. It's the 25th. 31st of March, low pressure away to our west, it winds off the Atlantic, relatively mild, but also unsettled for the final week of March. We'll see about that. Okay, we're done. If you enjoyed the video, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so very much, everybody, for doing that. And why not drop a comment? Let us know what you think about this and all of our videos. Thank you so very much, everybody, for doing that. Right, well, exciting, isn't it? Interesting times to come. So there's going to be very cold air getting in for the early part of next week. There's going to be a battle, but battle lines are going to be drawn through the second half of next week. I think what probably happens is that the snow will gradually start moving northwards through the week. So we initially get the snow in the south probably on Wednesday, then maybe focus on Wales and Midlands through Thursday. By Friday, probably much more in the way of rain for like the south, southwest, and snow, Midlands, northwards, northern England, Northern Ireland, southern Scotland. But over the next weekend, dozens over cold air will probably come back again though, as that final low gets out of the way and the cold air sort of returns back from the north. So all very interesting, lots to keep an eye on, and we will be updating Snowwatch hopefully over the weekend. If not, we'll definitely do Snowwatch Live though on Monday. No two ways about that. Snowwatch Live will be coming up for you on Monday 100%, but I might try and get Snowwatch done this weekend if we got enough high res to go out. Anyway, that's it then. So, just looking at tomorrow, we're going to have the 6 a.m. upload. We'll have the first update for summer. Yes, summer updates beginning at GavsWeatherVids tomorrow, even though we're talking about snow and whatnot. That's how perverse the weather can be sometimes. So, yes, we will begin our first summer update tomorrow. There'll be a 10 to 14 day or two, maybe a snow watch. If not, tomorrow, certainly Snowwatch Live on Monday. You enjoy the rest of your Saturday afternoon. For this video, that's all for now, and thanks for watching.